Hello everyone, good morning. I'm Khaleda Yasmin Bithi from Enroute International Limited, inviting you on the second day of second international conference of Psychology. Yesterday we had a tremendous inaugural session with an insightful keynote speech on organizational mental health in an unwell world by Wicca Welgemont and Sakshihan. We also had a wonderful workshop on virtual fatigue and digital well-being by Mr. Selim Hussain. We are very much thankful to hundreds of our attendees who joined yesterday from various parts of the world, like Philippines, Malaysia, Fiji, India, and also from Bangladesh. As you know, this conference is chaired by Professor Dr. Hamida Akhtar Begum, Pro Vice Chancellor of IUBAT, International University of Business, Agriculture and Technology. We also thank Daraj Bangladesh for their support in this endeavor. On this second day of conference, we will start with an industrial practice of employee assistance program in Bangladesh. Then we will have a series of research paper presentation. We will end this day with a workshop on workplace emotional intelligence. We hope you all will be with us throughout the day. At this point, I would like to invite Mr. Kazi Mustafizur Rahman, COO, PHWC. So, Mr. Mustafiz, the screen is yours.
Good morning, everyone, and distinguished guests. I'm honored to be part of this conference, and I hope that you learn from our presentation on the employee assistance program that we have been running from Psychological Health and Wellness Clinic. So starting with my introduction, I'm Kazi Mustafizur Rahman. I am the Chief Operating Officer for Psychological Health and Wellness Clinic. And we started our journey in 2018 and also started the employee assistance program in partnership with ICAS International. So we are the only provider of EAP in Bangladesh, but going forward, let's see how we are operating EAP in Bangladesh and what EAP means. All right. So when we talk about assisting employees, what are the things that comes to our mind? Have we often thought of our employees who are having trouble within their families that is impacting their work? The employees are often burnt out, and maybe the employees who have suffered loss of someone close to them, maybe a colleague, maybe a relative, or maybe a friend. So for that, we have come up with the Employee Assistance Program. EAP is a global program that supports the mental well-being of staffs and employees within an organizations. There are many providers, among which ICAS International is one of the largest providers of EAP in Bangladesh, and PHWC as a preferred partner is serving the Bangladesh market through this program. So what does this EAP do? It is just a talk-through 24/7 helpline to help you out for any kind of emotional breakdown. The proven benefits of EAP have been seen that within the organization, if you have EAP services, it increases presenteeism, there are improved productivity, and there are more workplace happy culture. So as I was saying, that the employee assistance program is always there to support an employee. First of all, it's a 24/7, 365 days hotline, which an employee can call up to whenever they are feeling any kind of downturn, or they have a setback in their life. They want to speak to someone who is professional and who can help them in a professional manner with utmost confidentiality, as well as the trust that people require to share their own feelings with someone else. So within the EAP program, there are vast number of components. However, essentially, it is more about counseling and clinical support, which means they will get immediate counseling, immediate help. Say you are feeling bored, you are feeling down. down and you want to speak to someone. So EAP, the phone number is at your fingertip, call up to and talk to someone just to relieve yourself, to ventilate yourself. And even when the problem gets serious, there are options of contracted counseling that you can have successive sessions with the same therapist or with multiple therapists over a period of time. There might be some limitations with number of contracted sessions, but in Bangladesh, we provide it unlimited. And this is not only open to the employees, but also to their immediate family members. That means the household. So whoever comes in gets in that support. The second component is the managerial support and services. Often within an organization, we have to deal with difficult employees. Not everyone is at the same level. Not every people have the same kind of motivation to serve the organization. So we provide managers with a direct link to help them with managing difficult employees. They can refer their employees to the EAP program so that they can get counseling, they can get coaching, or they can improve their skills by speaking to a professional. And third comes the life management services. In this rapid world of competition, people are often facing with different personal problems, like their financial problems, their legal problems. So the EAP program is designed in such an excellent way that it can also help you manage your life systems. You can get help, advices for your finances, your legal, and also how to manage your expenditure or budget or manage your entire lifestyle. Another essential part is the critical management support. So for example, you have an accident within the office premises and people are traumatized. You need to give them support. Who are going to support them? Are there any professionals in Bangladesh right now to give you with mental support or trauma management support? I guess no, but the Employee Assistance Program from PHWC in association with ICAS, we can help you come up with that critical incident management support where professionals, psychiatrists, and counselors can step forward within 48 hours of the incident to help manage the trauma, to help any kind of critical situation, to calm it down and make a soothing environment back to its position. To do this, basically, we have dedicated client management services. That means a key account manager for each organization will support in any kind of problems or any kind of requirements posed by the organization. So whenever you have a need, say people are having lots of stress within the organization, as we are going through the pandemic, and this COVID situation has preceded with lots of stress among the organization within the people who are working. People are having burnout. So they need, say, workshops, they need some webinars, they need some mindfulness session, they need some meditation. So within the EAP umbrella, they can ask for any support services that is available with PHWC or within the program and can immediately acquire that to help them release from that stress at that moment. The Employee Assistance Program is a global program, so it has to be compliant with the global rules and regulations. Being part of ICAS, we are also compliant with the Global Data Protection Regulation by European Union. So there is no chance that your personal data or your personal information will be shared for any other purposes. So measuring and nurturing this data protection and confidentiality is the key to success of the Employee Assistance Program. The Employee Assistance Program also comes up with different workshops. It's topic-based or based on the requirement of the organization. Not every organization have the same requirement or same need. The complementary workshops are key orientations and awareness on how Employee Assistance Program can help the employees and their families. But organizations also require different types of other customized needs, like emotional intelligence, like coaching, like sometimes they need awareness on mental health. They need seminars. We have just passed the month of October in the last year, which is considered as the mental health month. And all through the month, every day, through this program, we have observed each day with a different topic on mental health to make awareness among people and stop the stigma that is surrounded all around the world. Whereas in Bangladesh, we're trying to reduce the taboo first. So according to the World Health Organization 2019, an investment in employee assistance program by the organization gives a return of 4 times, which is quite impressive. So if we are investing $1 amount of money on our employee, they can give us $4 of return over a period of 1 year. Which means that if an organization is taking care of the mental health or the overall well-being of its employees, their productivity would increase, and they'll be able to serve the organization even with higher outputs. So what's the context of Bangladesh? As you can see, that was the global precedence rate, whereas in Bangladesh, we are already serving over 25 national and international clients with 10,000 lives. That means with 25 organizations, we have more than 10,000 employees under the umbrella of employee assistance program. And their call utilization rate, or the utilization of the overall program, is 5 times the global rate, which is 3 to 4%. But in Bangladesh, we are actually having an incidence of 12 to 15%. This means that there is a huge need for this program. People are getting benefited from this program. And once this thing is prevalent across all over Bangladesh, we'll see that the utilization rate will match the global rate. Currently, the workplace situations may not be in such a favor that people do not keep up the utilization rate is not just exact to the global rate. But over a period of time, when there is harmony and when there is awareness among people, we believe that the utilization rate would come down to 3 to 4% eventually. So what are the main opportunities in Bangladesh? We can understand that both physical and mental health are necessary for the overall well-being of employees. So once taken care of the physical well-being through different insurance schemes, providing them with medical facilities and other fringe benefits, taking care of the mental well-being can also complement the physical health and bring in happiness for the employees to be more productive, to be more engaging towards the organization. Secondly, there is a reputation involved. So once you have the employee assistance program, organizations can obviously brag about it, that we have such a program to help our employees, which can in turn bring in top talents for the organization. And obviously, EAP, as I said, is a global program and it's a compliance for many companies all around the world. So if you are having EAP within the organization, which means you are also adding value to your ESG factors, being more socially responsible, and you're contributing to the sustainable development goals. EAP comes at a very low cost. With the context, we have tried to make the services as much affordable as possible. So with a very low cost, you can get a very high return from this services. The main challenge is, as mentioned earlier, that mental health still is a stigma all around the world. But in Bangladesh, we are so afraid that we have created a taboo that mental health or someone speaking about their mental condition may be attributed as someone to be autistic or someone with having different other problems. But no, mental health is mental health. Everyone has the right to speak about their mental health. Everyone has that opportunity or have the right to say that they're feeling unwell. They're not feeling well with their mental condition, which is pretty normal, and you can obviously seek help for that. There is significant lack of awareness across our organizational leaders. Still, people are not very much aware that they need to also take care of the mental health of their employees alongside their physical health. Often our organizational leaders think that people having a breakdown or any kind of mental trauma problem are not suitable or fit to work. So people are afraid to speak about it, and their condition even deteriorates over day by day. Obviously, there are malpractices below standard services, as mental health still does not have any standard in Bangladesh, because we have only drafted an act from the ministry, but still we do not belong to any ministry so far, so that it can be regulated or the practices can be judged by professionals. So as we see, when the month of October comes, everyone talks about mental health. We have posters, we have banners. So it has become like a celebration for a month, or say for a day. So it's not just a trend, but mental health is what you endow with, and everyone has the right to talk about it. And it is an ongoing and obviously all the time thing, rather than just for a month or one-off event. So thank you so much for listening to me. This is the current condition of Bangladesh and how we have been dealing with our employee assistance program. So we might take on some questions and answers or any clarifications.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mustafiz, for sharing the current practices on employee assistance program taken by PwC. Thank you, sir. Now we have with us our honorable panelist, Ms. Shala Rahman ma'am. She is head of shared service of GP, and we also have Mr. Faisal Imtiaz Khan, chief HR officer, Robi, and we also have Ms. Lailu Nahar, assistant professor, psychology department, University of Chittagong. So at this moment, I would like to request Ms. Shala ma'am to share us about how does GP address mental health issues.
Thank you, Appa. It was too good to hear from Mustafiz bhai. Actually, the thing is happening being a responsible organization has given best effort for employee health and well-being. And back on the topics of mental health issue, Grameenphone also have taken a couple of initiatives to ensure the better life for us. And globally, when we see the crisis in between, especially on the COVID period, it becomes too much difficult for all of us, not only Grameenphone, as I mentioned, a whole year or a whole country as well. So in this particular area, GP has taken a couple of initiatives. If I just try to mention few of them in short, like each and every quarter, we have run through different kind of session for our employee base, so that they can feel that what are the issues and challenges, how to address, where to reach, and especially to give the message that he or she is not alone, or he or she is not only the person who is facing this kind of challenge. So this kind of comfort, the way forward, this was happening all of the year, throughout the year. And moreover, we have introduced some one-to-one services, counseling services through expert resource for our all employee base, whoever want to avail this service. So this was, as an employee, I must say, a good initiative from Grameenphone, so that employee who wants to reach, they do not have any particular clue where to reach, how is the service. So when GP has facilitated some particular area, they know where to reach. So that was another major initiative. Again, Mustafiz bhai was saying that 10th October. Yes, we admit that sometimes we take it granted for one day. What from GP side we have done, focusing on that mental health day, we announced 1 week as a mental health week, and throughout the week we have couple of sessions, couple of tips was sharing, leaders was in touch with the employee to share some success stories, some things that they are facing and how they are overcoming. So that's how throughout the year we were trying to do our best for the employee. And from my side, if I personally share, just from 6 months, I am in HR division, and HR is the enabling function, we know. But back of my 14 years career in Grameenphone, I was in technology division where I was a receiver end. So how I feel as a general employee that HR is giving their best support to ensure the mental health and to let us know that what is the real issue, how to handle, where to reach. So this kind of initiative was taken throughout the years, even before the COVID period. And even we have some employee self-service app. Throughout this app, we are also checking employee pulse, their emotions. So this is happening. And inshallah 2022, this effort will be there because right now we are in another transition. Before that, more than 1 year, we were in home office. Right now we are in hybrid mode. So this kind of transition also need to handle properly, where employee are feeling that how they will handle home office or sometimes to be in office. So this transition need to handle, and GP is also giving focus to handle this situation. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing with us your current practices. So now we also have with us Mr. Faisal Imtiaz Khan, Chief HR Officer of Robi. We'd like to know from you, sir, is there any employee assistance program running in your organization currently?
So I'm unmuted, no? I'm audible.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, that's cool. So yes, definitely, and I was hearing to Shaila, because I know about GP also, because it's not about that we are a competitor, it's all about we are working in the same kind of industry, and GP is a great company who are really taking care of that health part and all this the special part of the employees. So definitely we have a program here in Robi too. So the entire concept of wellness actually falls under a purview of Robi employee wellness framework. We took the things to a level that we wanted to make a framework of the wellness program, so that how we will be implementing the whole thing throughout the year, or even going forward in the next years, and so on and so forth. So under the framework, we not only focus on employee physical and mental wellness, but also on family wellness as well as financial wellness, because the reason for extending this wellness program beyond the individual level is because Robi tried to identify the key circle of influences other than work that has an impact on an individual. And it has identified that in order to have a happy and productive employee, it needs to look at the family wellness, because family's health and well-being has a direct correlation to the employee's well-being and hence financial stability and wellness. So the employee assistance program here in Robi is usually run in a 3-year cycle under the framework. So the way we do it, where in the first year, we call it embracing wellness. So where we create the different awareness program realization as to what is going well and what is not going well, what people are feeling about Robi and the overall environment here and around. So all this awareness kind of thing goes in the first lot of this 3-year cycle. The second year goes about wellness and technology, where we being a technology company, the way GP. So definitely we try to do things in a digital manner so that it is reachable to the people in a faster way or in a mass way. So how we can bring technology into the whole aspect of wellness and make it even better, seeing that into digital space. And the last year, which we call the third cycle, as the third year of the cycle, we call it perfecting wellness, where whatever the wellness program, the way Shaila said that they're doing different kind of, Robi is also doing this different kind of, wellness program for the people, arranging different kind of sessions and tagging with some this mental health kind of psychologists so that they can reach to them at any given point of time, and their family members can also definitely without absolutely with no cost. It's all the cost is on Ruby. So all these programs which we are already doing, we want to make it even further to a perfect level. Definitely, we are not living in a perfect world. However, we try to make things perfect as best, as better as we can for our employees. So this 3-year cycle program is first year the way, because it has started from since I think 2017, if I'm not wrong. So we have already completed a cycle in 2020, and then the cycle is actually, it's on the run. So every year you have a embracing wellness. Every year you have actually wellness and technology. Every year you have a perfecting wellness. So it's a cycle going on. So under the framework, that's how we are trying to, try to find out to encourage good habits by creating engaging events and contests and other running fitness and well-being months and other programs, so that people really well aware about the whole program and they take benefit out of it. Because the overall program of employee assistance, it comes under the purview of EVP, which you call employee value proposition, because that's how you create value for your employees, not only internal, even for the external potential employees also. So this is what I all have to say for this point of time. Okay.
Thank you, sir. If you briefly share with us, how do you address work-life balance issues in your organization?
Another point, okay, work-life balance. So in today's day and ages, what do you call that? What do we have realized that there is nothing called actually work-life balance. It's all about how we actually work-life blend. It's nothing to balance, because you can't balance it, because there are for different reasons, because sometimes workload is so high. So that's why you are at office or doing work even, I don't know, even 12, 14 hours a day. While there are some time in your days or in a month or in a year where you seriously struggle to do something or finding some work that what to do in that very day. So it's all about work life, how you blend it. So thereby definitely it will bring a balance, but it's better to say that how you bring work-life blend. And that's the culture actually we are promoting here in Robi. Robi has been consistently trying to exactly bringing about a cultural shift and organizational change to help employees bring work-life blend, so that they don't consistently have to play the game of a perfectly balancing both their separate worlds, which is practically this balancing is so difficult, because that's why we are talking about so many times and different forums in different way regarding this work-life balance. So COVID and the global pandemic, if you see, has helped to further enhance that, when almost all of our employees are working from home and majority still are, because COVID, yes, definitely this is not a good thing to happen in our life, which is already we are still attacked and or by Omicron all around here in Bangladesh and in around the world. However, COVID has given some good what should I say, habits within us, the way in terms of the health, the mental health, and the digital world movement. All these things are some of the positive things of COVID. Definitely, we don't want these positive things at the cost of COVID. We don't want, however. Employees continue to work around their families when they work from home, if you see, being able to decide the break times in line with their own personal time or the family time that they require. This brings a lot of flexibility and satisfaction to the employee overall workspace, which is already, in terms of work-life balance, if you talk about it, because the topic is around that, it's a blend of that. If you see, work-life blend does not happen overnight. It needs major organizational change and mind shift. This is something that needs to be driven from the top, having the commitment of the senior leaders. If your management is not convinced that they need to bring this, then it's definitely difficult for any organization, at least for such big organization like GP, Robi, BL, all these, very difficult. Even it is difficult for a small organization too. In order to better equip the line managers had to go through specially, crafted some learning modules as to how to ensure such, which will also increase the managerial effectiveness. There are rules of engagement on how to manage teams to ensure their work-life blend. Open and transparent communication within the company help our HR colleagues to play a crucial role in identifying line managers who are lagging behind in this area and take special action to address the problem. If you see, because we definitely need to play a role as HR leaders. Pulse check as well as yearly well-being surveys, which I'm sure most of the company who are really taking care of their employees and want to know about the pulse survey, and the result of pulse survey, result of engagement survey, and thereby you take some, some engagement actions. Through that, actually, you really uplift the overall employee awareness program, employee assistance program, and employee value proposition kind of things. At the end, I will say that we also need to consider that the past 2.5 years have been very, very different and difficult. Something that none of us ever imagined. So it will take some time, some more learning interventions to grow together. So let's learn together and grow together in this very unprecedented world of COVID. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable insight on this topic. And we also have learned a new topic, a new term, that work-life blend. So now we also have Ms. Lailun Nahar, Assistant Professor, Chittagong University of Psychology Department, and she is with us. So, ma'am, I would like to ask you, what kind of research has been done so far on organizational, what kind of research done so far on employee assistance program in Bangladesh?
Thank you, organization, Andrew, give me the chance. First of all, I would like to thank organization for a nice program for our assistance, performance assistance program, EPA, Employee Assistance Program. But in the most of the your host and organizer are Grameenphone and Bangla Robi. That's as a world-class renowned organization. So their quality is very high for employee assessment and wellness. But I have to share you the overall the scenario of Bangladesh in most of the country. Actually, I share you the research article proposal. Here we have to see in 2000 data for World Bank 2014, 80 million people have to work in our country, different categories. 2.2 million are government job holders and 4.5 million people are different type of organizations, NGO or private organization. In that scenario, we have to see 41% female and 59% male also working in that sectors. And in that sectors, we have to see 9% female employees said they could not concentrate their workplace because they don't have any childcare center. So they have left their child alone at home. Also, if they have family members, older family members, it's bother their working place. Another thing is harassment. 11% female and 8% male, they said they experienced harassment in their organization. Another thing we have to see, inadequate time for family. Okay, this is the real scenario of Bangladesh. I have told you a few minutes ago. To Eid and Puja vacation and Christmas Day, they do not get the proper incentive, leave and vacation. So this all bother for their employee assessment program is very essential in this sector. Compensation and placement issues also 11% feel stress and suffer emotionally, psychologically at their workplace. And 9% have to share workplace violence for their employment, jealous, his or her go to work, bullying and shouting creates. In that sector, we have to say because Hitler in 1976, he had to say 6 dimensions of wellness: physical health, emotional, employment, spiritual, social, and intellectual. So 6 dimensions, it is a blending procedure for our work, job satisfaction, which build our job involvement and which build my wellness to work, how I have to love, how I have to recreate my workplace environment very smoothly. So in this sector, we have to see most of the people, they told they have organization don't give their proper wellness settings. So I told and request the Andrew to give the opportunities in others organization to share their experience, their facilities, because This is very important for us because now we are the fourth revolution, industrial revolution we have to see. So it's very important for us to enhance our employee and employers' capacity for their wellness.
Okay, thank you.
The next question, please.
Yeah, also, what are the future scopes on EAP research in Bangladesh?
It's a very good scope and enhance fantabulous process for us to EPA, like that create relationship between the employee and employer to share their idea, their practice, motivate, how to motivate my employee, how to enlarge my organization, how to create my employees physically fit, also mentally. In that sector, mentally, how to deal with colleagues, a higher authority, lower staff. So by in that situation, by introducing our employment assessment program organization can provide counseling, create awareness, arranging cultural program, poster presentation, training. This training is not the limited process. In whole year, we have to, in every month, if every sector, lots of sectors in our organization, HR sector, our my manufacturing sector, so each our sales department, so each and every department, if we have the proper training procedure, also they are which will enlarge their knowledge and give them motivated for their future activities. We have to training them mental training, also any kind of activities which help our employee to close to our organization, and they love their organization as like their family. So both is a blending process which will help our organization overall.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Lalunar. Now we are going to the question answering session. We have two questions here. I would like to request Mr. Kazi Mustafizur Rahman to address this question. Are you can you see those questions, sir?
Yeah. So the first question is, will this sort of program be tested or perhaps considered later by certain Bangladeshi companies? So far from our experience, we have seen many people piloting it. Basically, EAP comes as a yearly program, so duration is 12 months at least. But in Bangladesh, people also try out. Companies want it for 3 months, 6 months. So we have put that provision that yes, people can test it. They can take it for 3 months. They can take it for 6 months, and then continue. And so far, no companies have severed their contact with us after 3 months or after 6 months. They have been continuing over till the death. So I hope that answers the first question. The second question is, have there been previous programs similar to this, asking for cross-reference? So EAP, as said, Employee Assistance Program, this is a global program, and this is the first time in Bangladesh where PHWC has initiated EAP as a preferred partner of an international organization. So there is no precedence in Bangladesh of EAP, and there is no other company that are providing properly the EAP, the Employee Assistance Program, with proper services or maintaining the standards.
Mustafizur bhai, if you allow, I would like to share one studies that is currently going on EAP services and its effectiveness actually. So if you please allow, I can answer to that question, please.
Obviously, please.
So good morning, everyone. This is Mohammad Salim Hussain, Assistant Professor of Industrial Organizational Psychology, University of Dhaka. And I'm currently playing the role of General Secretary of this conference. So as I am involved in this industrial organizational field for so long, and from the very beginning of this journey in Bangladesh, I have some experiences regarding these programs in Bangladesh. So from that point of view, I would like to address the first question. There is currently one longitudinal study is going on employee assistance program. Of course, if I ask Shailapa that why will you take EAP services for your organization, they have to invest a lot of money here. If I request Faisal Bhai that please Faisal Bhai take this EAP services for your organization, he will definitely ask me, Salim Bhai, why I should take this? What is the return? What is the effectiveness of this program? Considering this question, we have started a longitudinal study in support with PHWC. They supported this program. That what is the effectiveness of this EAP program? So we went through a lot of studies from around the world. So around the world, so far the biggest study that has been conducted, where we have already found that EAP services has its direct impact on absenteeism, that it can reduce the absenteeism. And you know, there is a program called WOP, workplace outcome and productivity. This type of there is a program over there. So in this WOP, there are 5 components that we actually measure, and one of them is absenteeism, another one is presenteeism. Like sometimes it also happens that employee is physically in the office, physically he is in the desk, but psychologically he or she is not within the job. He or she is somewhere else, either in family or in the place where he or she would like to remain. So this presentism is a very big issue nowadays that we are also addressing. And also we have found that there is a serious job-related stress, there is a serious engagement-related stress, and of course there is overall performance-related issues are over there. So considering these 5 components, in Bangladesh, we started a research program where we have already taken our initiative to track more than 400 of employees who are currently taking EAP services. And to compare their findings, we are also taking around 400 employees who are not taking EAP services. And we are trying to compare whether there is any difference of their absenteeism, of their presenteeism, of their work engagement, work motivation, etc. So this research is going on, and we hope by this 2022, we will come to a basic conclusion at least. So this type of research is going on, and from Dhaka University Psychology Department, especially Industrial Organization Psychology stream, we are currently having more than 6 thesis studies, more than 6 studies now we are conducting through our master's students, those who are doing their master's in professional industrial organization psychology program. We are conducting this program. So I hope by 2022 or by 2023, we will be able to give you a solid research base in Bangladesh regarding this program. In addition to this, I would also like to mention about another program, which we call PIP, Performance Improvement Program. That is also introduced in some of the organization in Bangladesh, some multinational company, as well as some of our top level national companies. They have also introduced this program. And also we have seen there is another program which we call Workplace Wellbeing Management. This is another robust program which has been funded by Save the Children, as well as there are another organization by UK Aid. This program has been supported. So we are also working on that. So this type of research program are currently going on, and we hope very soon we will be able to come up with some basic research findings with the help of several organizations. They are supporting us. So thank you for giving me the floor.
Okay, thank you all for being with us for such a long time. It was a nice session. Now on the whole day, we have some research paper presentations. At from 11 a.m. we have research paper presentations on factors influencing consumer decision making for personal care products. So I would like to request all of you to be with us. We will have a short break. After that, on 11 a.m., from 11 a.m., we will start our research presentation session. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.